Hey rugby fans, Karini here. Like I said in the first video that I uploaded, I would preview the Argentina Wallabies game and also do a review of the game from last week. So yeah, without any further ado, let's get into it. It was quite a start. Yeah, a very, very good start to the rugby season for the Wallabies. It was nice to be on the winning side of a close game like that. And I don't know about anyone else who supports the Wallabies, but yeah, the heart was going. The heart possibly stopped for a split second there at the end, but it was nice to get the chocolates, as they say, because I don't know about previous seasons. I mean, we've always had the June tests to sort of get combinations right and iron out any kinks, but because of the World Cup this year, everything being brought upwards, we didn't quite have that luxury. So it was always going to be a hard task to start off the international season against the Springboks, who are the #2 ranked team in the world. And you know that you can't sort of make any little mistakes against the Springboks, because I mean they're kind of in the same boat. They did have the hit out against the World 15 the week before the Wallabies game, but which would sort of get the cobwebs out a little bit. But you know that they're a quality team, and any sort of mistakes that we were going to make, they're going to make us pay for it. But yeah, it was. Having said that, they didn't. No team really dominated the game, I don't think. It was also, yeah, kind of the feeling out sort of process. Yeah, neither team had their full strength lineups for a couple of different reasons. The Springboks have a few players out injured at the moment, and whereas the Wallabies, I think they have their squad there. It's just a matter of getting the right combinations on the field, getting that right, and moving forward with that. The things we did right, number one was defence. The defensive effort from the Wallabies on last Saturday night was just, I mean, it was one of the best defensive efforts I've seen from them in a long, long time. The only two lapses in defence that they have, kind of one and a bit, was the 2 tries that they let in. The Ibn Etzebeth's try in the first half was just a little bit of an anomaly, I think. It was just a little bit of a mistake. And then the Creole try was the second defensive lapse that they had in the second half. But not to worry, overall it was a really, really good performance. The lineup was solid. I think I don't recall the South Africans stealing any of our ball. So that's a good one to, that was something we did right. And the play that that led to the Adam Ashley Cooper try was pretty good. That was a really well rehearsed training move that you could see. Just they nailed that one, so that was really good. The on the flip side, the things we need to improve on, I think the breakdown is the major one. We need to commit more players to the breakdown. And we turned the ball over in crucial moments as well, which led to us. The ball was turned over when we were on attack, and that led to us obviously not scoring the points that we probably should have. Which leads to my other thing we need to improve on is attack. So if we get the breakdown sorted out, hopefully that will lead to us going forward a little bit more, because we've got the weapons in the back line, obviously. So our forwards just need to improve a little bit more on that. The scrum looked a little bit unstable at times, and we got a couple of penalties given to the South Africans, or South Africans got penalties off our scrum. Sometimes I think, and it's been spoken about a lot, that referees kind of get into their heads that they won't admit it, I don't think, but they sort of get into their heads that the Wallabies aren't as good a scrummaging team as some of the others in the world. And it kind of enters into their mind that maybe we are a little bit weak in that area, which I don't think it's really that bad, but because we've got Wales and England in our pool in the World Cup, it's obviously something we're going to need to work on, because they are going to annihilate us if we don't. So yeah, a couple of things moved forward. We've got a bit of time, so it needs to be improved on. We got the Argentinians, like I said, we've got them this week, so we'll see how much they've improved this week against the Argentinian pack, because they are quite they're a little bit different to the rest of the teams in the Southern Hemisphere, because a lot of their players play in the Northern Hemisphere, so they're quite a little bit of Northern Hemisphere influence, and they're going to be another test this week, so we'll see how we go with that. The standouts play-wise, I thought that Michael Hooper was amazing once again. He never disappoints in a Wallabies jersey. I think he was a little bit unlucky not to get the Man of the Match award in the end, even though Tavita Kurandrani was the one who scored that amazing try at the end. I think without Michael Hooper's influence, we probably wouldn't have been down at the end of the field, because he did put a couple of tackles in there at the end that led to, well, he scored that try that put us within scoring range of the Springboks. And I think it was either him or David Pocock that tackled Scott Berger behind the line. I think it was Michael Hooper. And without him, we wouldn't have been down the end of the field anyway. The other one, Stephen Moore. A little bit of bias here because he's a Brumbies boy. But I was just so glad to see him come through a game, and I was really glad that he got named captain at the start of the season again. I was at the game at Suncorp last year when he went down like a ton of bricks, and I just thought, yeah, that it was nice to see him get through the game. And personally, it's my personal opinion, I don't think that any of the brouhaha, should we say, that led to the whole Ewan McKenzie stepping down, I don't think that would have happened if Stephen Moore was the captain and he had got through that game last year, but that's another story. So yeah, it was good to see he was really solid in the line out, and just his leadership, and obviously opting to go for the try at the end was just a little bit of magic. So that was amazing. Izzy Folau, my man right there, under the high ball, 100%, except for, well, not quite 100%. The 100%. Let's just say that. Just amazing every time the Springboks bombed a ball up in the air, and he just was incredible underneath it. He's safe as houses, hopefully, that famous last words. But yeah, he was incredible. The bench players had real impact when they got onto the field. David Pocock, again, outstanding. His leadership is something that it's great to have him fit and well. Touch wood. Him and Michael Hooper, although I don't think they should start a test together, I think that when having Michael Hooper on the field and David Pocock coming off the bench, or vice versa, is a really good cog in the wheel to have for the Wallabies. Another one was James Horwill. Really love his work all the time, but he really got some good go forward when he came onto the field. Always plays his heart out. He's an old school type player, so yeah, he was really good to see him doing well. And Matt Tamua, he took the ball to the line. It was like his running lines are great, and he gave that good go forward when he came onto the field. So it was good to see him. I do not take any joy in doing this, but I have to. I made mention before of the players that kind of play themselves out of a jersey rather than playing themselves into a jersey for the World Cup. And one player in particular falls into that category, and that is Quade Cooper. To say I was livid with his performance is an understatement. The things that, okay, fair enough, he didn't play a lot of Super Rugby this year, but some of the things that he did on the field, I couldn't for the life of me understand why he came back onto the field in the second half. It should have just been a straight swap. Matt Tamura should have come onto the field straight after the halftime break. The one thing that stuck out to me was a couple of things actually. The stupid pass that he made behind his back and just before halftime that could have led to a Springbok try, which would have probably put us out of the game. There's just you just don't do that. Not against Springboks, not against any international team. He's just got to pick his moments a bit better. And the other one was the missed penalty, which was in quite close range. I couldn't understand. One of the things that I couldn't understand why he came back onto the field. So he's been benched this week. Still a bit lucky to be on the bench, but that's another story. And yeah, I don't like to be prejudiced against players, but yeah, I don't think that he's one of the players that I would be putting in the World Cup squad. That's just my opinion. If you have a differing opinion, then you're more than welcome to tell me, but yeah, that's just my opinion. So this week we have the Argentinians in Argentina. Should be a good game. We've made a few changes. I know David Pocock is coming into the lineup, and also the halves combination is different. The halves combination of Foley and Phipps is the combination that I think we should take into the World Cup. It's always good, I think, having that combination that's solid from provincial level. It's worked for us in the past, and I think we do well with a Bernie at number 10. And yeah, get some consistency, keep building, and yeah, keep progressing to that big tournament that we've got going on in a couple of months, which is all we want, really. So yeah, until next week, I hope I have some good stuff to report. So my next video will obviously be the review of this week's game, and yeah, we'll see how we go, and until next week, see you later.